I've been wearing a fedora for a long, long time. This particular hat is from a little hat store right opposite my daughter's antique store in Los Angeles. I just started wearing it a lot around the house. You know, because I don't go out much, but I usually get dressed every day.
Now you're going out a lot.
Now I'm being sent like a postcard from place to place. It's really wonderful. From time to time, you know, I'd see my guitar. I was still writing songs, and I was still writing, but the idea of performing was starting to recede further and further back. And one of the reasons was that I was so wiped out physically at the end of my last tour because I was drinking heavily. The wine experts talk about, you know, the flavor and the bouquet and whether it has legs and the tannins and the fruit and the symphonies of flavors and tastes, you know, but nobody talks about the high. And you know, Bordeaux is a wine that, you know, vintners have worked on for about 1,000 years. And it produces a very, each wine has a very specific high, which is never mentioned. Now, Chateau Latour, I don't know how I stumbled on it, but it went with the music. And it went with the concert. I know this to be true because I tried to drink it after the tour was over. And I could hardly get a glass down. I mean, it had no resonance whatsoever. So it needed the, you know, the adrenaline of the concert and the music and the atmosphere, the kind of desperate atmosphere of touring. It went very well with it. Well, desperate because I was drinking so much.
What brought you back into the fray?
Well, one of the things was that pesky little financial situation, which totally wiped me out. So I'm very grateful that I had a way to make a living because that was indicated in very powerful terms. I don't recommend losing everything as a spiritual discipline. I don't recommend it. But if it happens to you, there are some features that are quite surprising and quite nourishing. One of the surprises was getting to know these songs again. I hadn't really looked at them for a long, long time. And I saw the songs are good and they hold up and you can get into them. People have asked me, like, what's it like to sing Suzanne? It's a question that I don't fully process because I don't have the sense that I'm just doing this again, you know, because it's hard to sing it. I mean, it's hard to enter it and it's hard to sing it, because it's serious. It's a serious song.
What makes it more serious than?
It's not more serious than other songs, but I'm alone singing it, and it brought me in my own curious magical universe. It is a kind of doorway. So I have to be very careful with it. I can't speak too much about it because I can't put my finger on the reason, except to say that it is a doorway, and I have to open it carefully. Otherwise, what is beyond that is not accessible to me. So it's a moment that I take very seriously. I believe it was a 79 or 85 tour. I think the 79 tour. He was in the dressing room with me. He really taught me to drink cognac, but I was drinking a tumbler of cognac, you know, and I was sitting beside him and just drinking that cognac like it was water. And he hit my thigh very hard and he said, "Body important."